All right. I think now it is 6:10 p.m. as per Dubai time. And today is 24th of December, 2022. Just today I have decided to go through the topic of attributes of holistic living. This I will today basically attributes of holistic living means what are the characteristics, what are the the symptoms of holistic living. Basically today, in fact today I was remembering about 10 years back, 21st December 2012, then 12 there was a first World Parliament on Spirituality was conducted in Hyderabad. That is in and all the masters all over the world came, and one of the very significant master I met there is J.P. Vaswani ji. And he has his teaching. That time I think he was 90 plus years old. Now he left his body. He's disciple of Sadhu Vaswani ji, and so he had some wonderful lecture and all given, and one of his book also, I got some book from here, and one of them was Spirituality in Daily Life. One of that, the book, I think the book itself is, it is published by Gita Publishing House, Pune, and it should be available in this online, but from this Hyderabad where the conference was. And in that, anyway, so this, in that he has one of the, but it is basically today I will just point out his teaching on this, and whatever his things are point by point, many points are there. So I will first go through those points, and then I will explain or then clarify whatever the things are. So that's what we decided to do, just to celebrate the 10 years of that first Parliament of Spirituality, 21st of December, 21st to 23rd, I think, was December 2012, where the transition took place on Earth, where from divine masculine energy to feminine energy started that time. So, and now it is final, it is settling there. The transition, many things happen in between. So, but that was the starting point, and that was the reason that all masters met there, and then we started these things, and I think it was 17th to 21st. Sorry, 21st was the last day. I just bought many. I don't know. Is it mirror reverse, or you can see that cover? This is a CD cover. You can see that properly, right? So this is
yes,
First World Parliament on Spirituality. I bought many books, and this is in First Parliament on Spirituality 2012. This I'm talking about, and the date is 17 to 21. 21 it ended, and Brahma Kumari, they have a big facilities there. So I got all the recording of those masters there giving lecture. The Guruji was there. Prem Nirmal ji was one of the speakers there. I was attending there as just a attendee. Anyway, so one of the greatest master, the one is J.P. Vaswani ji, what I'm talking about. So just I'm giving a little bit of background. So it is all about that lessons and learning. I'm not, it is but better to give with due respect and gratitude to how he has explained. I find it is amazing. And it is time to time we should remind ourselves that what are the things. And mostly his approach was very practical from the level of normal common people for understanding, rather than going to very deep into scriptural learning or higher level of spiritual stuff. But many cannot do that. So people asked him in that the session also asked him that what is the benefit of spirituality, what we get doing spirituality. And people who are too much materialistic, they are asking spirituality mein mera fayda kya hai? What is there in for me? That is the thing. He was explaining that time, and that remembered when I was recalling that event. So then I thought, okay, one session, just to respect him, I will devote it on that one. So this, I read it many times, the whole book. I'm not further, I'm not going into that. First thing is, then let me also, maybe it is better if I there are a few points. I'll mention that first, and then I will explain a little bit, and that will be that so that we don't miss any point. So first point he was telling, first is walk the path of the spiritual seeker, and you will be amazed by the benefits you reap here on the workday world. Means here he was explaining what are the benefits common people will get. What are the changes you will feel that when you go from your normal way of living as per normal understanding, which is mostly ego-driven, but to the holistic living, which is a spiritual living. Then what are the points you will come across? What are the new thing you will get into this life? So, and very common. I will read it, then you will understand. It is very used in a very common language and very understandable. Okay, first point, you will discover your higher self, the self that you were not really aware of, the noble, the courageous, better self that is not cowed down by insecurities and limitations. You will find your negativities and fears and complexes dissolving like the proverbial mist before morning sun. And so when the sun rises, the mist goes away. So he is explaining that. You will discover your higher self, which sages agree is ultimately indefinable, unlimited. And you will discover that you are not that weakling, pathetic creature, but that there is a Shakti within you, which is of infinity. Another reason I was reading it, because I explained it to beginning of 2022, that it is a year of Shakti. It is a time to bring out your Shakti. It is a capacity given, God gifted or given by the Creator. The capacity to bring out, we even need it. And many of us undergone a lot of challenges in our life, and there is shifting outside and a lot of chaos in the external world in the many areas. But that Shakti was needed to just face it without losing our mind and body. So we should not fall sick or become crazy, by attending those things. So these are the time to do that. And we've all undergone those kind of phases in our lives, and it is just is be getting over. Means it will the same thing will never come back. And Babaji also given message through Vidya on 8th November that to mark the day, it is a turning point, and it will be go in the forward direction from now and onwards. All your dreams come true. But it is truth that it was the year of Shakti, the power within. Amarjyoti ji visited here on Dubai 2nd of November, 2nd or 3rd, anyway, or 4th maybe. That time he was telling that whatever the problems in our life we'll face, our God-gifted capacities are much more than that, so that we can face them, we can address them. It was never happened that whatever your capacity, if a problem is bigger than that you will fail. But those are given to strengthen yourself, and that is the time you should bring out that. Bring out that your, like a security, bring out that your, savings, bring out that to face that, whatever it is, so that that if that comes, your prepared, and even if not prepared, but you're equipped, bring it out. Even if you're not prepared, that is the time to get into that and find out and bring it out. Anyway, so it is wonderfully written here that we are not weakling, a pathetic creature, but there is a Shakti within you, which is of infinite power. We all, if we have, you will become a conscious of the magnificent self as you connect to the source of all positive power and energy. By doing your connecting with the higher self, you will connect to the source, which is all positive power energy of the universe coming out from that, which is the creator. I will often refer that a universal consciousness of the creator, the one. And draw upon his strength to add your own. Means it is not that you have given a certain power or capacity and you have to use that to cater to whatever your requirement. The holistic living will teach you, will show you the path how we can connect to that universal consciousness, that power of infinite, and tap that power to you. That is the difference between a normal living and a holistic living. Then the next is second point, you will discover the true joy of life. You will realize that life is a joyous, blessed journey. When you have a set for yourself the goal of spiritual evolution, it is you have to choose that to go towards the spirituality. It is a free will. Nobody will enforce that on you. But if you choose, on that process, you will discover true joys of life, not happiness. Happiness is a mental state. But the true joy, we will come across and you will realize the blessed journey. It is a life worth living. Because it is leading you onward, forward, and Godward. Okay, it will leading you to onward, forward, and Godward towards the Creator. That was the journey. Number 3, you will discover a subtle change in your perspective. Your own perspective will change. That makes you realize that the world is not what you had imagined it to be. Whatever your concept of life earlier, it will change when you walk the spiritual path. What was the original earlier path? Most of us, we realized an arena of strife and defeat and struggle and pain. So that is, some people say that it is a short period of happiness and almost like very long period of unhappiness and disappointment and all these things. Little glimpse of happiness here and there, blinking here and there. That was your earlier concept. But not, I am not saying the world will change. Yeah. So, but your own view of the world will most certainly change for the better. Is not perception important than fact? Says what you will do is your perception will change, because now it is no longer based on how you conceive the world. You will understand the truth. What I was telling, that first-hand realization of your own truth. When you know that you are powerful and you are connect to that source, and it comes, and those things will give you that empowerment and realization of the truth. That is a path. You will discover that subtle changes. Internally, you will change. Number 4, in a very subtle way, you will find yourself taking charge of your own life, becoming master rather than slave of your circumstances. You will no longer live your life, whatever comes, and you have to face that consequences, and no longer that. Your life is not about somebody else or about the world, So you will find yourself taking charge of your own life, that you realize that you are more powerful than what circumstances are being created. I just earlier mentioned about what Amar Jyotiji said. Those capacities, you will get it from that within you, and you will understand that you need not to be mercy of anything or anyone. You are that one which is powerful, who will be, tapping all the power, and it will be just played out in your world. Once again, I emphasize that the circumstances may not improve dramatically, but your attitude will. And that makes all the difference. It is not that praying that there should not be any storm when I'm sailing through the sea, because that will never make me a better, captain or the sailor. Only thing is that that whatever it comes, we pray for enough strength to pass through, no matter what comes. And when you cross that ocean, then you realize that all those powers you already had, so within you. Only thing, it is a matter of, earlier what we used to do is, we used to I call it self-conning, like you are cheating yourself. Either your self-esteem was low. Why self-esteem was low? Because self-love was missing. Very low, and you think that everything against me, and everything is controlling me, and what are the external things are controlling me. But that is a time to bring out your own power. I normally give the example of the game of cricket. Every ball is thrown at you with the maximum power of the bowler. It is your skill that will make you to score, not how tough the bowler is, how fast they are throwing the ball, how tough it is to play the game. It is just to develop our skill, not to get out. Next is about number 5. With your changing attitude and new perception, you will rediscover the magic, the wonder that is life. You will take nothing for granted. Nothing is given. You will learn to appreciate and be grateful for countless blessings that the Almighty has so generously bestowed on you, including the air you breathe, the wind that caresses you softly, the lovely smile on the face of the children you see in the neighborhood, the song of the bird, the bloom of the rose, the scent of rain on earth, and 1,000 other things which you'll rediscover with a sense of a wonder and gratitude. So our life, earlier we've taken something for granted, looking for something because our ego wants to get satisfied. You want to reach to the top, you want the best, nothing wrong in to improve ourselves, but the blind way of approaching your ambition, that was left you not to see what the life has to offer, into there. That's why those things are mentioned, even a glimpse of a sky or any child's smile, etc. Those are all gifted, and those are all makes you to the magic and wonders of life. That what was we are missing it, knowingly, unknowingly. We don't have any time to appreciate all those things, but this will change. You will appreciate even small things. Number 6, the spirit of gratitude and thanksgiving that this leads to will itself transform your life. For as wise men tell us, no one can feel grateful and be happy at the same time. Okay. When you start appreciating things, being grateful for all this what life has to offer, it's a priceless, it's a precious. Like the air we breathe is a precious, priceless. But when we start appreciating the gift of the universe, small gifts maybe as per our understanding, but these are not small. We can survive without food maybe 2-3 days, but we cannot survive without air even for 3 minutes maybe. Okay. So those are the gift, and for free. When people are looking for oxygen and all during COVID, etc., you understand what happened, how much money people paid just to get to breathe. Okay. And all this kind of thing. Anyway, that's a different issue. But what I'm saying is these are given for free when you appreciate it. And where it is written beautifully, how your life will change then when you appreciate, you cannot be unhappy at the same time. You cannot appreciate and complain at the same time. When you are appreciating the small, small gifts, internally you will change to appreciate. And that time, those kind of complaining about life will not come. So these are the one of the attributes of holistic living. You will find that of the seeker will give you a new sense of balance, a new sense of equanimity that enables you take joy and sorrow, triumph and defeat, pain and pleasure, and all those various things of life, and with an even hand. And that these polar opposites will no longer, either put you too much into, too much into euphoria, too much, bogged down into the dead valley of frustration. Neither. You will realize, you will attain a state of equanimity. So here it is written beautifully, but let me tell you from where that equanimity comes. That is exactly the state of our higher self. Higher self is experiencing everything and witnessing everything without getting carried away with what are the content of that experience is. It can be, painful experience. It can be joyful experience. Both cases, it is just an experience. Okay, and that state is equanimity. It is called. In the spiritual path, we learn how to live a life of equanimity. And so further, it is saying, he will not be cowed down by sorrow, nor will you lose your head with success. And if somebody success, give it egoistic and do things, whatever we got. So we know what is happening in this Twitter and other stuff. So we know that what can create if you have too much of success and too much of power. You will come to appreciate that joy and sorrow are like sunshine and rain, and we cannot do without either. It's a flip side of the coin. Like you cannot have one side of the coin, leave the other. You cannot have the North Pole without attracting the South Pole. So when we do that, then no matter which polarity is working, it no matter affect us. But it is not possible to take one side leaving other, because we are living a dualistic life. Dualistic life means the world of duality, rather, not dualistic life, duality. So if the rain comes, sunshine will also come. If the night comes, day also will come. So it is, we have to accept both ways. We cannot keep crying why night has fallen now and so dark. You just go through that. You accept it. Again, it will come. Chakravat parivartante sukhani cha dukhani cha. It's like a wheel. What I just said is a Chanakya sloka. It is just, it is wheel. It will rotate. Happiness will also go after some time, and sadness will also go some time. It's a wheel. Just be aware of the wheel. That's all. And people also says that this too shall pass. No matter what it is. If you are too much happy, that will also pass. If you are too much worried, that's sorrowful, that is also will pass. Okay, next point is you will attain to that inner peace and harmony that is greater than all the wealth of this world. It is just like in Babaji's message also, Babaji is mentioned that prosperity doesn't mean that it is the money. It's one form of it. It is how you can maintain your inner peace. That is in wealth. How we can maintain your peace. If you are able to maintain that, then you are abundant, because you are not getting affected by all those kind of things. So here also it is telling that you will attain that inner peace and harmony, and this is a greater than all the wealth of this world. You can attain that, but you cannot buy it, your own inner peace. And this is achieved through a change in your thinking and your attitude. It will not be threatened by adverse changes in your external circumstances. When you attain that, no matter what is happening outside, that will not change. Your inner state, that the peaceful, that loving, the blissful state will never change. No matter externally, many things will change. Something you like, something you don't like, it is all okay. But inner peace will not. So that will be the main issue of holistic living. I teach many times that if you find you are in a dilemma, what path to follow, one side is your duty and what is right thing to do and which is the best thing to do, and everybody does it. And another thing is your own peace of mind. Always you choose your own peace of mind, the decision. If you are a dilemma, if suppose you are doing your duty, you can maintain your peace of mind, it's fine. I'm not saying you don't do your duty. But if you have to choose between this is my duty, and this is maintaining my peace of mind. Because if I do my duty, I lose my peace of mind. Always you choose your peace of mind. Because here, see, it is written that your inner peace and harmony that is greater than all the wealth of the world. There is no point in having the billions in the bank account, but you don't have any peace. What do you do with that life? You cannot live. This is not a living. You are existing. Somebody maybe that doesn't have a single thing, maybe fakir, or maybe just like the monk who doesn't have anything, or any normal people also. There is nothing, but they are very happy, internally joyful. So that is, without rejecting the other, I'm not saying money is bad. What I'm saying is inner peace, tranquility, the bliss is more valuable than the treasure of the world, but because it cannot be bought by that. Next is, you will discover a new sense of purpose in living your life to the fullest. How? Giving, sharing, caring, supporting, sympathizing, and offering your hand of help and healing to all who come in contact with you. Once again, you will realize that life and all its bounties have been given to you as a loan, in a sacred trust to pour out the service and sacrifice on those less fortunate than you. All those things, whatever is your life to the fullest, giving, sharing, caring, supporting, sympathizing, offering your hand to the help and healing. When you go into this mode, it doesn't automatically come, because normal life is selfish. Why should you give? Isme mera fayda kya hai? All this kind of stuff. But when you go to that, you are walking the path of the Creator. It is a divine path. If it comes through you, you become a part of the divine. And whatever is already given to you in our life, that is saying that Creator has given you as a loan. You have to pass it on. And this is the way to pay and living the life so that you can do whatever you can. I'm not saying you have to go out of the way to do it, but that should be the attitude. That is the power of giving. This power of giving, it makes you more, you can say, the holistic, more powerful divinely. Because by giving, you're opening up the channel to connect with the source of the universe, which is infinite. But hoarding and all those things only for your own self-interest will not get you connected to that infinite. Whatever you see, people have seen, the resources in this world as limited. No. Resources, say money, whatever you see in this world, that is created by somebody, that manifested through somebody. You can be that manifester. Through you, that again it will be manifested. There is infinite. There is no dearth. Be that rather than fighting with whatever already have. People are having. That was earlier. That's a normal egoistic thinking. That is a poverty consciousness. But when you get connected, you get abundance consciousness. Even if physically you don't have anything, but you are consciousness, you are abundant. It will come to you. Whatever you need. Maybe whatever you desire or wants may not come. Because all the desires or wants are not in our best interest. That's why it will not come. But if we are thinking about only myself, I'm just taking care of one person. If I'm taking about just a few family members, maybe 5, 10 maximum. But who are in a service, they're thinking of thousands of people, maybe millions. And when they go to that mode, those resources will come through that person. So what I personally, my experience is, if you're in that mode, it will come to you. May not come as the way you think or at the time you want. Okay. But it will definitely come to you. Through you, rather, not to you. It is meant for others. It will go there. But you have to be the channel to flow that energy. Money is a form of energy as well. Blessings, healing, and all those kind of things will be channeled through you, and you will become abundant automatically. That is an abundance consciousness, to be connected to the infinite. And poverty consciousness is whatever the resources in the world, these are limited. So we have to fight for it. Whoever can grab fast and grab these things will go. Things can change in a minute. From the top of the world can we come to the streets in a minute. Okay. Our life can go in a second. We cannot do anything about it. So with that power, you connect to that power rather than trying to get, some illusionary benefits and things and power, whatever you can think of. That's what we misled on, many ways, and then finally we got to some place of no return. All right. Next is that, so it is saying that if you're giving who are less fortunate, then you become a god to them. You become godly because you are also part of that channel for them to receive who want it. Somebody is, needs maybe money. Somebody will help them. Somebody needs maybe knowledge, understanding. Somebody need a health deteriorated. Somebody has stuck in the relationship issues and the misunderstanding, painful experiences of life. Just save them from there. Whatever you can. I'm not saying you guarantee anything or something. It's whatever you just channel, and people will benefit and from it, and their life will change, and that your channel will open and keep flowing. That was a divine grace. All right. Next is number 10. In connecting thus with your fellow human beings, you will find the wellspring of compassion. Compassion is the very crown of all virtues. It enables and elevates the healer and the healed, the giver and the receiver. You will therefore find yourself becoming a source of blessing to all around you. It's saying that how it will operate through your own compassion. When your own heart chakra opens, when you feel that we are connected with others, we are one. The compassion that is outcome of that, experience, that way of living, is open up your heart and you become compassionate. When you are compassionate, your act will be out of compassion, not out of self-interest. And that will elevate the healer and the healed. Both will get elevated. The healed will get the getting healed, and the healer will receive the connection. More and more power will be given to you. when I went to Philippines in 2015, and Reverend Alex Orbito, in that final moment, he was giving message from White Lady, that is his channel message to of the session, and he, Reverend Alex had gone into trance, and then he was one by one going his blessing, and that divine messages is coming through him. And there, one of the things mentioned while blessing me, that you go and do for others whatever your life, whatever do for the others, and more power will be given to you. So by exercising that to giving, you are attracting that power to you. So that is the way. That is the way, not by holding it and showing it or claiming it to have power. That is not the power. Power doesn't have by showing it or particularly destroying it. People, they fought with the war just to show that who is more powerful and which country is more powerful. No. All these kind of things. There is no need. That is not the power. Just channeling, helping these people to elevate themselves. That is the power. That is the power of connection you have. That cannot be bought by owning a few land or even a head of a country and all those things. You cannot have that. You have always there will be limitation in this physical world. But it is your inner world, it will be infinite. Okay, number 11, you will discover the tremendous joy and peace that are to be found in solitude and silence. Two of the greatest gifts that life bestows on the sensitive thinking individuals. You will find too that in silence and solitude, you draw ever closer to God. When you are in silent and when you are solitude, like you are contemplating, like meditating, say, basically what you are happening, that you will find the tremendous joy just being alone and contemplating and all those things, that your inner journey, the holistic way of living. As you just close your eyes and contemplating, you will discover the tremendous joy and peace there. You will not find that joy and peace outside. You will get it just by connection. You will get tremendous joy. And by the process, you will feel that you are more closer to the Creator. Not that you are disconnected from our normal life is a life of ignorance. What is the ignorance? That we are not connected, we are not protected, we are not supported. Something goes wrong and in your life, which will be, as I said, day and night will come anyway. So whether you like it or don't like it. So whenever something goes wrong, then they ask question, where is God? God क्या ठेका लेके रखा है क्या? Whatever you do and whatever things like that, it is none of God's business to create, to punish you or reward you in that sense. It is your connection that will save you. It is not the somebody else's duty to make you happy, make you rich, make you whatever, powerful or whatever it is. So, but that joy, that feeling you connect inside, when you, in the first point, when you activate your Shakti within. If you don't activate whatever you have, how you can get it? So it is you to activate that. Nothing will be imported from outside. It is within you. You have to activate it. Okay, next is, this may sound like a contradiction of what I said just now, like a silence and solitude. Means basically you are just following, contemplating. Here, next point is saying, this may sound like a contradiction of what I just said now, but you will find that you never ever feel lonely and isolated. Even though it is in solitude, in the silence, but you will not feel lonely and isolated. I already had a session on loneliness to aloneness to all-in-oneness, right? So that is the trajectory. So earlier life was a loneliness because nobody is there, I'm alone, and what can I do? Nobody is talking to me, etc. To the loneliness to aloneness. Aloneness that you don't need anybody. You are just connecting and within yourself. So by that process, you will find that you never ever feel that you are lonely and isolated. You will realize that you are not alone. That God is ever with you, guiding you, guarding you, watching over you, and protecting you with all his loving grace. When you go into the connection, that you will realize that there is a higher power, there is a divine force that is with you, guiding you, guarding you, watching over you, and protecting you with his loving grace. So, and that is empowerment, going through that inner journey. 13, blessed by the showers of his love and grace, you will find yourself radiating love and peace all around you. You become the representative. If you are connected, so as for say my example, I'm connected, surrender myself to Babaji. So if I'm connected, truly connected, then what will happen is his love and grace, you will find yourself radiating love and peace around you. That power, which I'm all around me. That love that envelops you will also extend over your friends and loved ones in the warm glow and radiance. Anybody comes into your energy field will realize that loving presence. No need to say or claim or market it. People will get it. We are all equipped with to find out what is the intention of people, because we have seen so many people in our lifetime. So, but we didn't see much people who are selfless, which is the characteristic of the divinity. But whoever, if you are walking the path, whoever comes in contact with you, they will get that feeling. I'm not saying everything you say they will agree. They may not agree. Okay, there may be some logical differences. There may be some different point of view, but they will feel different. Loving presence when they are near you. Your energy field will change. And our energy, sense of our energy is much, much powerful from our brain. Our feelings, heart is much, much powerful than our brain. That feeling, you will get it. The others will get it, whoever is come in touch with you. Number 14, there's 2 more points left. So 14 is love, service, sympathy, and sacrifice will so beautify your being that your life will become a thing of beauty. Inner beauty that only grows with age. So more you practice your life, this inner beauty will grow and grow. This I was mentioning about that from where I attended that World Parliament on Spirituality, that December 2012. So it was J.P. Vaswani is glowing. At times just is wearing white and short height, a little short, and all the time a divine smile, all the time. Somebody asked him, how come he was so peaceful, so loving and smiling all the time? So how do you do that? Then he just reminded me, let me share with you. He was telling that I feel that I'm still a child. Like mother is carrying her child on the lap. Like I'm still a child of my divine mother. I just request mother, you take care of it. I need not to solve the problem. Okay. So when I pass it on to my mother, mother protects me. I'm happy. I'm enjoying like a child. So that divinity takes care of that. whatever your things are, whatever your, problems are, and whatever. So that leaves you with a pure inner joy. The inner beauty comes out. Because you are no longer troubled and with all those things, external factors, what you don't like, and fighting and struggling and things like that, frustrations. You're no longer there. Things will happen, but you are not getting into it. And the last point, it is saying that you will grow in inner strength and faith, the triple faith in yourself. Triple faith in one is in yourself, in the universe, and in God, which is the key to the truly meaningful life that is well lived in every sense of the term. Okay, so that completes all the attributes of the holistic living. So I have already explained those points while reading them, after reading them. So now I'll conclude this, and if you have any question, then you can ask now. Just any question. I'm not necessarily to give the reference of that particular things. If you have any question, you can ask.
Guruji?
Yes, Manali?
In the last point, you said the having triple faith in yourself, in universe, and in God. So, God, we know, and then yourself, we know, but universe. I mean, what is the difference between God and
Okay, so just let me, because that was his terminology, but let me, reword it a little bit. It is the creator, okay, the universal consciousness, and the manifested universe, which has been created by the creator, and ourself, which is in that creation. These three things. Your own self, own higher self, which is now experiencing this universe. So universe is like a background, it is a playing field. Okay, like if you give it some analogy just to come to nearby, you are the actor in the play. So you are now appreciating your act into this whole thing, whole drama, your part into this whole, the stage itself, the platform you will get to perform that, and who has written that whole script, the director of that whole show. So all three are you will realize and be grateful for. That is the realize, okay, the actor, the stage, and the director who conceptualized or created the whole thing. So that is the three things it is to come. That you will realize that it is all those things are equally important for the self-realization.
Thank you,
Okay.
Thank you.
God bless you. In fact, you are the co-creator of your own reality. So one is the original creator, and you are, your higher self is the co-creator for your life. You are the co-creator, and the platform it has given, the canvas it is given to draw your own painting, or the microphone is given for your own singing, whatever way you look at it. So the original creator, and you are the co-creator, and the platform when all the creations have been played. So these three things you'll be able to connect and realize, and and accordingly you lead your life. That is a holistic living. Okay, any other question?
Yeah.
Yes, Newcom.
I have understood holistic level. It offer a lot of benefits, no doubt about it, definitely. But those who has not realized it, who has not come to a point, they can appreciate it by their experience. So, how to convey the same thing to them? That is very difficult. It seems how to go about.
Yeah. See, there are many ways that message can be conveyed. Okay. As I said, one of the point it is mentioned that you yourself change first, you first-hand realization of all those things, and then you communicate to others. Like you show as an example, so the energy will flow through you, helping hand, guiding, and all those things. So that is a one way to conveying, because seeing that what you got, they maybe get motivated and all those kind of things. Secondly, just the awareness of share your experiential understanding and the awareness, and then that may motivate others to follow that path. Here, the reason it is mentioned in this point by point, because all those things, the points mentioned there, normal people, that's why their life is completely different. Not all of them, even some of them, if they know this kind of change will happen, they may be interested in walking the path. But again, everybody has a free will. They have a choose. You cannot force anything upon them. And just old saying is there, no, that your duty is make the horse thirsty and show him the pond. Okay. Your duty is not to pull the horse to the pond and make it drink. No, it is not your duty. And I say it little different, same thing, but little different way. Your duty is to bring the message to them. You need to bring the persons to hear, to follow something or learn something. Say this is available. If you are interested, you come. If not, you are not. It's fine. Those just few days back I was, communicating with Babaji and all many issues. One of them was this: how to reach that light to people. So Babaji's message is: you be the light. People will come to you. Okay, first you make yourself that light. You come to you. You need not to bother who is getting the light and who is not getting the light. Like that reminds me of a sunlight. Some people want to spend their life in a bunker. Sun cannot do anything. But if you choose to come out, you get the sunshine. Okay, so you be the light, and lest you leave it to the divine. You just show that this is what it is, and if they're interested, they will come. Or if they're not interested, but it is also true that many people will miss the boat as well. Okay, in the new energy or this living new dimensional things, if those people who don't get it, okay, or go other way around, they wanted to destroy things rather than taking care, they want to destroy and all, and in Babaji's term, they will be crushed because the energy will be so much mismatched, they cannot hold it. But it will not happen the way we think, that they get them arrested, they put it into jail, and nothing of that sort will happen. It internally. Powerlessness will come. You have no power to do anything. Internally, you cannot have that. So all these things will be played out, and things who have love and compassion, who are growing into that area, this is also one of the line in the Babaji's message. Those who grow and love and compassion, they will rule the world. And love and service, I think, they will rule the world. Because that's what will be the need of the world, not money. Okay, they have a limitation. We cannot buy everything. But but we need a lot of other things than just to survive, physical survival. Those, the spirituality will take them further in the next journey, because that will be the norm. And that time, they will need the leadership to take them, to show the way, basically. So that is coming. Okay, so these are all just prelude of all those things which is coming. And before the sun rises, the darkest hour comes, the night becomes darkest. Okay. So when night becomes darkest, that is a signal that the sunrise is just coming. Okay, you have to just wait a little more. That's all. Okay. All right. Okay. God bless you. Any other question? Yes,
Guruji,
Chaitanya.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Guruji, like if someone surrendered to God or whoever it is, but in reality, if something happens, how he or she can console or deal with that situation. For example, one of my friend recently lost her only child, 19-year-old child,
Mhm.
and she, I mean, you can understand her condition. Suppose in that
Yes.
situation, if
Yeah.
someone is surrendered, so how she or he will console himself or herself in reality?
Mhm. Okay. There are 2-3 aspects of it. Okay. First thing is that whatever is, everybody comes in their own life plan. All of us, we are children of somebody, and all something can happen in my life, which is, may not be, the other family and all, they may not accept it or like it or whatever it is. Anything can happen. In this, if I have not caused it, then you better to accept that what is the divine will. Acceptance of the truth is the way to first step to overcome. Because if we don't accept what it is, we may go mad, we can jump, even we do our own suicide, but it will not make the change. No? It will not make any difference whatsoever. It is painful, and this is definitely, and particularly losing a child is the worst kind of grief one can have. Okay, so it is much, much more grief than losing a parent or, maybe sibling or a partner. It's much more than, particularly own children is the worst kind of grief one can face that. But in this kind of things, again, if you wanted to find the logic and all, it is not there. Only thing you have to accept that it is a soul's path. The soul has chosen to leave the body, whatever way it is. As I mentioned in the last session, I think without permission of our soul, nothing can happen. Living body is definitely, our own soul is involved. So we have to respect that particular soul's choice to leave the body. And no matter, we don't agree, it was not the time and all those things. Those are our own understanding of the life. Life is much, much better than, much bigger than whatever our brain can fathom. So we give it to the divine will, and you can say that from the beginning, it is the child was given by the God and also taken by the God, and I cannot do much. If somebody is believing in God. If not, then make it to universe. So it is a choice of that particular soul has left the body in this way. In this particular case, I will say that anybody, you don't have power. You don't have a power of birth and death. So don't play God. You are not responsible. Only thing you have to make sure I don't contribute it. I don't cause the death. That's all. If you have not caused it, then no need to being, why it is happening to me and all those things. There are some much bigger purpose than only, in particular, this kind of premature deaths are connected to the family and all those kind of things sometimes. So those are also there, and many things. Sometimes the family is going one direction, the family course need to be corrected. So they just sacrifice that soul, that lifetime to give the correct course. You never know what was the actual, higher purpose for that. Surrendering this also, whole good and bad, both are needed, because that is the way, the first step to come out of that. Accept that it is difficult. I am not saying it is easy. I know it is easier to say than done. Okay. But that is the only way. The acceptance of the divine will, even if you don't like it. It is not, and also in this particular case, we have to avoid feeling guilty about something. In the war, people go, and when they come back, and most of the soldiers, they suffer that why they survived when their colleagues has died. Okay, so that is also psychologically, it is quite normal. In case, if we can completely surrender to the divine will without our own causing, or without blaming something, blaming the system, blaming somebody else caused it, etc., etc. When a soul decided to leave the body, it just need an excuse. Kuch bahana chahiye, that's all. It can be disease, it can be accident, it can be something, suicide or whatever. You just need some cause to make it happen, to leave the body. That's all it is. So this acceptance is the key. And of course, it is my prayers are there for the family, and it is better to be in the mode of the praying, and so that they can get the strength for themselves. Whoever has gone is already gone. That is one part of it. Okay. But now let me share you spiritual understanding of that. Spiritual is nobody is actually ever dead. Okay. Spirituality is all about connecting with your own soul consciousness. Soul never dies, never. Okay. Always there. It is just a transition from one plane to another. It is always available. You can connect, you can communicate, you can get things done. Sometimes the soul leaves a particular body to shift their family into spirituality. Okay. And this is the best time for that, this year. Okay. Spirituality, and they can, even somebody on the spiritual realm, they can connect, contact, and all those things. Many are there, hundreds. They share in the YouTube video. Somebody has near that experiences, go to other side, see it, come back. Some of them, they're communicating with the person. One of the book I mentioned, The Laws of the Spiritual World, the Khurshid Bhavnagari, that one day I was giving the reference of that book. One mother, her child has both children expired in an accident. They are communicating with their mother from the other side. You need to just develop the skill and communicate. Then you don't have the sense of that loss. It is not easy. He said, how can I talk? And all? You'll never be there. You need to, if your urge is so strong, you'll be able to connect. As I mentioned earlier, nobody ever dies. Only it is a matter of transition. So as it is in another plane, so you need to know how to connect with that plane. That's all. So nothing is guaranteed. Means other party, both parties should be interested in communicating. Then only it will happen. Otherwise, it will not. But methods are there. It is available, and that method are spiritual. So if you can develop the skill, you can communicate. You can do these things. Only they don't have a physical body, and the rest of the bodies are there. I explain in every workshop that death means out of 7 body, only first 2 body, physical body and energy body goes. Rest of the bodies are there. You can communicate. Those are the part of the soul package. So it is always there. So even if somebody is incarnated again, still that will be there, available. Okay. In their records, you can connect with them anytime. So those are the ways. Some people, they find it solace and this connection and all. So those are all things are there. Okay.
Yeah. Guruji, I have one more question. Whenever my friends or I am in trouble, I always write to you for healing or for helping. But this time, I was praying to Babaji and you. So this type of prayer, can you hear? Actually, I was praying to you.
Yeah. No, means let me put it in this way. Physically hearing, no.
No.
Okay.
No.
Physically hearing, no, nothing. Okay. But the soul level, everything is recognized.
Okay.
Everything is recognized. Everything is addressed. So we can basically. I'm just a channel. It is the energy. You are basically the symbol, and you are praying to that. All prayers goes to the same place. We call Guru Mandala. Okay.
Okay.
All prayer goes there, no matter to whom you are praying, or which deity you are praying, or which symbol you are praying, or without any symbol you are just praying. All goes there. So it is not necessary for in the physical body to know all these things, but your prayer will be answered. But it is in the channel that which is created by connecting only.
Okay.
Okay, let me put it in some other way. Suppose you are talking in a microphone. Microphone is a medium to take your voice to a loudspeaker or wherever it is. Yeah. Now the question is, if the microphone is listening to you, no. Microphone is just a medium to take your voice to wherever it needs to go. To amplify in the bigger audience so that listen to your performance, your talking or singing or whatever you do. Okay, whether microphone is listening or not doesn't matter.
Okay.
It conveys. It is doing its duty to convey it to wherever it needs to go. And no matter to whom you are praying, and all energy goes there.
Okay.
It is your own understanding to connect. It will help you to connect. It is not that others are not listening. Okay. In spiritual level, we are one. All are one. So no matter which identity you choose to connect, it does not matter. Okay. So that is a higher level of understanding, but it will help you to connect. That's why you choose someone to connect. That's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Okay, your prayers will be answered. There is nothing called non-answering prayers. Only thing can happen, maybe the divine timing is different than your expectation. That's all.
Okay.
And whatever is given to you, that is of your best interest.
Okay. Actually, I was praying to you to help her, my friend, not for me.
Yeah.
To
That's
help
fine.
her.
All your prayers are answered.
Okay.
All your prayers are answered.
Okay.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, it is not important for microphone to record whatever people have said. Okay. It's not important. That's what I'm saying. That you praying to this name and existence or whatever, it is a means to take that to the proper wherever it needs to go.
Okay.
Whether the microphone remembers all whatever is said, no need. Okay. It just conveys. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So it is no need to convey and repeat, or it is not a tape recorder. Okay. But the energy, the conduit will be provided to you when you pray, and it will be passing to that wherever inappropriately it needs to go. And all your prayers are answered.
Okay.
May not be the way you think, but all your prayers are answered. Okay. All
Thank you,
right.
Guruji. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Vikas. Yeah.
RPA is a different question, not related to this, what she asked or what today's session. In one of the session, you gave one mantra, Om Triguna Tripura Mahabindu Masti.
Mm.
That explanation you said you will be giving, but probably if given, I might have missed. If not, then you were to.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you. What I mentioned is the literal meaning is not important. In that sense, I have not given the literal meaning. So, but the vibration it creates to connect with Babaji the mantra has been given to create the vibration creates instantly connect you to the Babaji's energy at Babaji's cave in Himalayas. Because there I got that mantra. What does that literally means is not important. Okay. Three guna. There are three gun. So that is when you cannot correlate with all this thing. Raja, Tama, Sattva. That three guna. And Tripura. All three planes.
Okay.
Earth and hell and heaven, all these things. All these are Mahavindum. Mahavindu is the symbolism. What I'm getting is our third eye here, or in the tip of the Sri Yantra. If you see the Sri Yantra, there is a tip on top of it.
Okay.
That is Mahavindu. So all will be coming to that Mahavindu. Triguna Tripura Mahavindu Masti will that. But that was the literal meaning. But it is literal meaning is not important here. It is a vibration it creates. It is one of the breakthrough mantras. Like one of the things it just get into that particular energy. So whatever you are praying for, that will get manifested, and you get instant connection and things like that. Okay. So. And that time I discussed here, explained that literal meaning is an intellectual understanding of the mantra. That is not the purpose of this mantra. Purpose is to create the vibration, and that vibration will connect, not the words. Okay, so that is the proper understanding of this mantra. Okay, let me give you another type of example. This mantra, these are, there are three things called yantra, mantra, and tantra. In that spiritual thing. Yantra means device. Yantra, Sri Yantra I just mentioned, device. Tantra is a technology. How to connect, how to attract power, this is technology. It is called Tantra. Those are some technology, but that's not all. Tantra purely means the technology. Yantra means machine, Tantra means technology, and mantra is a software. One is maybe computer and the IT technology, which is Tantra. So the computer is the device, that is Yantra. IT technology is Tantra, and software which runs the computer is Mantra. Okay. Now, you have seen software coding. I think many of the people there, IT people, they know very well. I'm not of the computer background, but I know if you see the programs, if you read it, there'll be no meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody else can talk about it if they know it. I don't know C+ or many type of computer language. They write the program in a computer language, but if you read them, it's English letters, the programming language. But if you read them, there'll be no meaning. So, X more than 2.5, and Y less than 3.2. yield this much and all this kind of thing. So go to the loop and, go to this, find this, all these things, and or many things. But what I'm saying, if you read it, there'll be no meaning, no literal meaning.
Yeah.
But that programming language is a mantra to run the computer.
Yes.
But you see the effect, the usage, that is meaningful, but not the program itself. Okay, so that's what when we say that what is the meaning of the mantra, no need to decode that. It may not make any sense in that sense. Okay, understanding is clear?
Yeah.
This.
Thank you.
All right, okay. God bless you. Anyone else? Any question? Okay, so if there is no further question, then go into our Kriya and meditation. So sit straight. And breathe in and breathe out a few times.